welcome to everybody in our first Superga store in Hong Kong. Obviously the first store is in Hong Kong because we believe that Hong Kong is the center and I would say the pulsing heart of Asia. So it's also a showroom for all Asia. So this is the main reason for us to open this as a first flagship store. We are sure that it will be the first of many stores that we will be opening in Asia soon, for sure in Hong Kong and mainland China, and following Korea, Japan, and all the other neighbors countries. Well, Superga, we really believe that Superga can have a great success in Asia because it's the, I would say, prototype of the Italian brand. It's a brand that today has 101 years old and has been on the market for the last 100 years. This sneaker that today is very trendy, this sneaker, but sneakers in general, Superga has been producing since around 75 years. So it's really the original, one of the very few original sneakers. This shoe was properly used to play tennis and play Roland Garros back in the 70s and 60s. So we really believe that this strong heritage, this story that Superga has to tell, is something that will help us a lot and will really attach to the minds of the customers. So for sure, the idea of opening our first shop in Hong Kong is to start telling this story to the Chinese and the Hong Kong customers. After that, we will move to China and try and grow the business with our partners in a very sustainable way. To dive into the product, the Superga White 2750 is the core and the super classic product of Superga. It's a product that has been produced exactly in the same way since 1935 to today. When our company took the brand, we decided not to change the way the shoe was done. Even if it's more costly, it's more complicated, but we decided to continue to produce the Superga 2750 in natural rubber and pure cotton with the old way of producing the shoe. So this was a very key strategic decision because we decided to stick to the classic, to the original way of doing the shoe. And I think that was a very important. Even if the shoe is a little bit more heavy rather than what we could do with the new technologies, but it's much better, it's much more comfortable and it respects the classic image of the brand. For sure, white, black, navy and red are the most important colors in the sense that are the colors that are the same since ever and will be the same forever and are for sure the best sellers. But then obviously we have every season new colors that come out from all the I don't know the classical trends that the designers find on the market. But there's another thing I wanted to show you that is a new version of the Superga 2750 that we did, that is the one with a little heel inside. It's for both men and women, but it makes the shoe much more comfortable. And this has been a huge breakthrough in Europe, and this model of the 2750, that is, if you look at it, it's exactly the same, but it's much more comfortable, is having a huge success in Italy in this moment, in Italy and Europe in general. This is the more trendy part of the collection of Superga. As you can see, we have gold, silver and bronze Supergas that are selling hugely everywhere, heavily selling, especially in the United States. Girls really go crazy for them, so it's really an important product for us. Also there's Swarovski Superga that we developed in collaboration with Swarovski in the past, and we still do. So we are an Italian brand, we like being Italian, and this is the perfect advertisement of this. Actually, this shoe was developed the first time for an Italian TV presentator that went to the stage in the most important music festival in Italy wearing a smoking, so a very elegant bow tie dress with a Superga 2750 flag, and it was a huge success. It was sold out for the next 2 years. Every day we were putting one in a shop, it was going away. And now it's, I would say, in some places the image of Superga, because it combines perfectly the name of Superga, people shoes of Italy, and the shoe. the original tennis shoe. So Superga was born as a proper sports brand. Because if we go a little bit back to the history of Superga, the guy that invented Superga at the beginning was producing rubber boots. But his wife was playing tennis every week with cord shoes, and every 2 weeks she had to throw them away and buy a new pair. And the guy said, no, it's not possible. I don't want to spend all this money every week because you have to play tennis with your friends. So he started thinking, and at the end he developed the 2750 Superga that was actually a tennis shoe that was almost endless. So the sole of the Superga 2750 was never going to ruin, and she was going to be able to play with those shoes for months and months. So that is, imagine, the history of Superga. So this actually was the Superga. So it has a little bit, it's more structured as a shoe respect to the other. It has this protection, and also from this side, because it was properly designed to play tennis. Let's say that Superga as the 2750 as a shoe really tends to attract people to personalize. So if you go on Instagram, you immediately find out that there's thousands of people that take a white pair of 2750 and personalize it, putting something different. So the DIY idea of Superga is very strong. From that point, we decided to create a project here in Hong Kong in the phase of launching the brand, to collaborate with any kind of different people. We have DJs, bloggers, rappers, any kind of different person to interpret Superga. Because as I said, Superga, the white Superga or even a red Superga, but a Superga 2750 is like a white board, and you can just draw on it whatever you want. So they all interpreted their own vision of Superga. As you can see, somebody put studs on. That is already something we did, but these studs are quite big and important. A blogger did this, and for example, the one I mostly like is this one, that he took the original retro tennis 2750 and added this, that gives it a touch of elegance. So I really think that it's great because it gives you the interpretation of Superga from many different people and many different aspects. But at the end, you can see the Superga DNA with very different interpretations. So I'm really impressed about this project, and I really think that also from a design perspective, this will help Superga to have new ideas. So we will for sure continue with this project. The main idea for the Superga shop that we are opening, and they are more or less all the same around the world, is that they must be bright. So they have to call you in. We prefer to have a shop with less product and a little bit less merchandise and images, but it must attract people. So this is the main reason for this backlight with full product on it. So our idea is that it's fundamental for the people to immediately understand what kind of product they can find inside and be attracted by light. Because at the end of the day, people are attracted by light, while not from the dark. So this is the main reason for this kind of a structure of the shop. So we can go inside now. I think that getting into the shop, the most impactful piece of the shop is this backlight. So I really believe that in this moment of Superga, we are really focusing all our communication, all our efforts on the product. We really think that our strength is today the 2750 classic model, and this is by far the best way of showing it. Playing a lot of colors, a lot of, the shoe must be dirty and consumed, but this is, I would say, the most important part of the shop. Then obviously, we always tend to put white and red, because it's in the colors of the logo, and we believe that also from a consumer perspective, white is always good to have, but with a touch also of red, because it helps a lot the store to come out and have a little bit more personality. If we go then outside to check, we can see another very important aspect of Superga's communication and in-store material, that is Rita Ora. Rita Ora is today testimonial, global testimonial of Superga. She's a very young, talented, and I would say strong from a personality point of view girl, and we are very happy that she is the image of Superga today. And we really believe that we are doing great one for each other.